Hello Ateneans! To ensure a smooth running webinar for both the speaker and the audience, please be reminded of these following house rules. Number 1. For the entire duration of the webinar, kindly turn off or mute your microphones to avoid interrupting the presenter. Number 2. Be on time. Once you have joined the Zoom session, please refrain from leaving and attend the entire duration of the webinar. Number 3. To raise your queries, you may type them in the chat box of the platform you are using. Kindly refrain from posting comments unrelated to the topic. Number 4. The moderator will be acknowledging your questions and directing them to our speakers during the open forum. Number 5. When participating in the open forum, be mindful of your background and your background noise. Number 6. We will be releasing the link of the evaluation form at the end of the webinar. Number 7. Please note that we will only be issuing e-certificates to those who have registered, confirmed attendance, and completely filled out the evaluation form. Number 8. Use your real name and follow the prescribed format for proper documentation, if any. Number 9. Unless you are permitted by the organizer, please do not record any part of the webinar. And number 10, please give us a week to prepare your e-certificate to be sent via email. Thank you and enjoy the webinar.
Good afternoon once again, our dear participants. The program will commence in 3 minutes. Please get ready and you may take a quick restroom break. If needed. To those who just recently joined the Zoom meeting, be reminded to keep your microphones muted, and we hope to see you virtually if your internet bandwidths permit you to do so. May we also ask our attendees to rename your Zoom name to year level _surname _first name for AC identification. Also, our Atenean Finance Ranger episode is being live streamed in our OSA YouTube channel. So to our viewers, hello there! As university students, maybe budgeting our allowances is one of the most tedious yet fulfilling tasks we do daily, weekly, or even monthly. We often allocate our money for our necessities and expenses to fit our limited resources. Pero what if bigla ka na lang makakarinig ng, Besh, tara, samgyup tayo, or Bebs, may bagong coffee shop daw diyan malapit sa campus, tara, let's go. O kaya naman mga te, tara, makdo tayo, we deserve it. Taas kami ng mga guilty dyan. Don't you worry because you are not alone in this battle. But the question is, how will we handle it? How can we ease efficient and effective budgeting in light of rising prices, increasing demands for necessities, and other expenses that might come our way? Worry no more, for we will find out the answers this afternoon. Once again, a pleasant afternoon, Atenean Finance Rangers, especially to those who have just joined us here in Zoom. I am Gianna, Georgette, Roldan, your host for this alternative class program, Atenean Finance Rangers, Episode 1, How to Ace Efficient Budgeting, presented to us by the Ateneo de Naga University Supreme Student Government in collaboration with the Office of Student Affairs. Thank you so much for being with us this afternoon despite your jam-packed schedules. Moving forward, before we officially begin this webinar, I would like to do a very quick survey muna. To our Zoom and YouTube participants, kindly go to menti.com and enter the code flashed on your screens, or you may just go through the link in the chat box or comment section. So again, you may just scan the QR code flashed on your screens or access menti.com through the link sent in our chat box and enter the code 4254-8094. Again, the code is 4254-8094. Ayan. So, lahat na ba nakapasok? Sige, bigyan natin ng 1 minute yung mga participants natin para pumasok sa menti.com. Ayan, for the meantime, sana kumain na kayo ng lunch para busog kayo and energized kayo to do our webinar and to listen carefully sa ating speaker mamaya. So ayan, I guess okay naman na. So the question is, ay reminder pala, dun sa mga hindi makakapasok sa menti.com, you may just type in your answer sa YouTube chat o comment section or sa chat box natin dito sa Zoom. So ayan, what are your top 3 splurges for the past few weeks? Ano yung mga ginastosan nyo ngayong week? So ayan, wag na kayong mahiya kasi pare-parehas lang naman tayo dito guilty na magastos. Charis. So ayan, Marami mga nagsasabi, coffee, food, Shopee, McDo. Ayan, clothes, skincare products, motorcycle modifications, Samgyup, Lazada. So, ayan, very varied yung mga answers natin. And alam natin na super gastos talaga natin this week. Well, with that being said, you are in the right webinar. The Atenean Finance Rangers is a platform focused on empowering Ateneans by providing you with more knowledge about financial literacy and efficient budgeting. Furthermore, this platform will also present opportunities for Ateneo de Naga University's college scholars and dormers to get into the beauty of saving money at an early age and achieving financial stability while being independent. Fasten your seatbelts as we are about to formally take off. At this point in time, may I call everyone to seek peace and comfort for the invocation. To our Catholic and non Catholic friends, let us bow our heads and put ourselves in the holy presence of the Lord.
In the name of the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. Amen. Dear God, we thank you for today and the fresh chance to know, love, and serve you and your people. We thank you for the gifts of life, talents, and persons that you have divinely placed in our lives. We thank you for Ignatian spirituality and the missions of the Society of Jesus and the Ateneo de Naga University. We thank you for our being Ateneans and the unique education and formation and purpose that comes with our identity and values. We thank you for the generosity of your people, especially our speakers and the people who worked hard to make the alternative class program possible. We thank you for our fellow learners and friends who shall take part in enriching conversations and inspiring actions after the event. As we all journey together in new beginnings, continuations, and transitions, may we draw inspiration from the learning we shall gain from ACP and other formation programs. Open our hearts and minds and refresh our memories so that we may discover what you are calling us to do. In the innumerable details, concerns, and hopes that we have today. With courage and joy, may we strive for the more, the magis. That is to strive to know you more intimately, that I may know you more dearly and follow him more closely. May the many crises in our midst not paralyze us. Instead, may it embolden us. May we truly find you in all things, including our own struggles and afflictions, and may we graciously and humbly receive your merciful and reassuring love. We pray for all these in the name of Jesus Christ, with the intercession of Our Lady of Peña Francia and Saint Ignatius of Loyola. In the name of the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. Amen.
For the highlights of this webinar, allow me to acquaint you with our resource speaker for this afternoon. Our speaker is a mother, wife, and an entrepreneur. She is an alumna of Ateneo de Naga University, having obtained a degree of Bachelor of Science in Business Administration, major in management. She is currently a distributor of health and wellness products and religious and inspirational books and magazines bearing the name Saint and Shepherd Enterprises for more than 4 years and 23 years respectively. It is my great honor to introduce to you our acclaimed speaker for this afternoon's alternative class program. She is none other than Miss Ellen Patag-Agustin. To our dear participants, you may send in some heart reactions to show our warm round of applause for our esteemed resource speaker. A pleasant afternoon po, Miss Ellen.
Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you for having me. Hello, everybody. Are we ready to share?
Yes po, ma'am.
Okay. Share screen now. Okay. Good afternoon, everybody. Good afternoon, Faith. I saw you. I see you. Wait a moment. Share the screen. There. One moment. I'm just adjusting my screen. Ouch. There. Okay, so good afternoon, everybody. Good afternoon to our faculty, guests, and our
Okay
dear
po.
students. Hello.
We can see your notes po, ma'am.
Okay, sorry. Wait a moment. Sandali lang ha. Okay, present. Okay. Is that good?
Yes po, ma'am.
Hindi na nakikita yung notes ko.
Yes po, ma'am.
Okay, good afternoon once again, okay, faculty, guests, and to our dear students. Okay, I hope and pray that everyone are feeling great and excited. I am very excited to share with you this afternoon. Okay, it's an honor, really, and a privilege to speak with all of you and share my little knowledge and experience in budgeting. So, when I accepted to share about this topic, I thought my highest credential was, or it still is being a wife and a mom with a family of three. Though we had, of course, and we still have financial concerns, but we never lacked, not because we are ultra rich, okay? I cannot even consider myself rich, but because God provided for us through our work and our small business and our being frugal. We chose to live simply. If you'd notice in our title, how to ace effective budgeting, the four students is in small letters. I made it that way because what we will hear and learn from here can be used in different seasons of our lives. Okay, allow me to congratulate everyone, okay, for attending. That means you'd like to learn and improve your budgeting skills. It's a great start for a better financial life ahead. Okay, by the way, I'd like to ask you to have a pen and paper handy. Okay, we will be needing that later. Thank you very much. Moving on, the objectives of this afternoon sharing. Okay, at the end of the sharing, we want to be able to understand the importance of budgeting in personal and family finances. Yes, your budgeting, even when you are still a student does affect, okay? Either positive or negative yung epekto natin sa family finances natin. Number two, have a concrete way of effectively making and following a budget plan. Okay, making a budget and implementing it are two totally different things. Number three, find ways on how to maximize the budget. Okay, maximizing utility but minimizing cost. Before we go to the main topic, okay, the budgeting topic itself, let's check ourselves. Let's see what is our attitude towards money. What are we when we have money? Okay, let's see. Are we the saver? When we have money, okay, naiisip mo ba na gusto kong mag-save? Okay, itatago ko siya sa bangko, itatago ko siya sa wallet ko, itatago ko siya sa baon, sa libro, para hindi ko magastos. I wanted to save. And you find happiness, no? You find joy when nakikita mo na dumadami yung savings mo. Or, okay, are you the spender? Okay, someone na pag may pera, okay, kahit wala naman talaga pagkakagastusan, nag-iisip ka, ano kaya ang pwede kong bilhin dito? Saan kaya ako pwede pumunta? Saan kaya ako kakain? Okay. Number 3, are you the builder? Okay. Ikaw yung tao na nag-iisip na, let's say if you have 500 pesos, gusto mong mapalago ito, maybe magluluto ka ng mani. Okay, ibebenta mo sa mga classmates mo at sa iyong mga teachers, mga kaibigan. And then pag may kita ka na, nakuha mo na, let's say you earned 150 pesos. Okay, mag-iisip ka na naman, gusto ko siyang mas palaguin. Okay, ibebenta mo na naman, yon, builder ka. Number 4, are you the giver? Okay, you want to share and help the people you love and the people you come in contact with. So, alin ka dyan? Are you the saver, the spender, builder, or giver? Okay? But you can be a combination of several of that. Ako dati, saver and giver. Okay? Now, I am a saver, a builder, and a giver. Kasi pag hindi ka nag-build, hindi ka nag-save, mapitigil yung pagiging giver mo. Okay? The good news though is kung halimbawa spender ka ngayon, pwede naman tayo magbago. We can change, we can improve to be what we want to be with money. Okay? Now, going to our topic, let us consult Webster the definition of budget. Okay? Budget, noun, the amount of money that is available or required for or assigned to a particular purpose. Sa verb naman niya, yung budgets, budgeted, budgeting, or to allocate funds for in a budget. Synonyms niya, frame, layout, map, organize, and prepare. So we need to plan, we need to organize, then implement. Meaning there is a structure to follow. You need to do something. You need to fix something. But why do we need to budget? Can't we just spend and then stop spending when the money runs out? Pwede bang chill lang tayo, di ba? Cool, YOLO. Okay. Bakit pahihirapan natin ang mga sarili natin sa pagpipigil? Okay? Dapat may structure tayo, may ginagawa tayo. Why do we need to budget? Number 1, to spend money more appropriately and not waste it. To make sure na hindi kung ano-ano lang ang pinagkakagastusan natin. Real needs dapat. We will talk about needs and wants later, okay? So, number 2, to avoid running out of money before the next allowance or before the next income comes in. Have a proper budget allocation and stick to it, making sure that your needs are met until the next allowance or income comes in. Number 3, to not get buried in debt. Okay, overspending can bury you in debt and we do not want that. Sino bang may gusto, no, nalubog sa utang? Okay. Number 4, budgeting makes life easier. Messed up spending causes stress. Of course, life isn't all about money, but the lack of it can make the most about life difficult. Okay. Who among you here gets their allowance fully? I may not see you guys, but you can raise sino yung allowance, who gets their allowance fully from their parents. Okay. Those who are working, may mga part-time jobs, okay, who gets paid monetarily and who's into small businesses maybe, baka nagbebenta-benta kayo. Okay? So, our source of money, our source of allowance may differ, but handling it shouldn't differ. But definitely, it can be influenced by it. I have always been frugal. I am a wise spender, I can say. Stricto ako sa paggasta ng pera ko. But I tell you, I'm a lot more strict pag hindi ko pera ang gagastusin ko. Say, pera ng isang association, and ako ang treasurer, I seriously take seriously take accountability, okay, when it comes to other people's money. Now, yan, okay, the basic of budgeting. The rule of thumb is always, I repeat, always spend below your means. Yan lang actually very simple, right? But a lot of times, the most basic thing are the most difficult to do and follow through. Tama or tama? Di ba? Where does your money goes? Two things where our money goes. Needs and wants. Okay. Sa needs natin. Okay, basic food, clothing, shelter, education. Why such emphasis on the basic food? Okay, not gourmet, not the so many extra, not junk food. Nowadays, we eat a lot that's unhealthy on our pockets and on our health. Okay, so wants are those things that we can live without. Okay, lots of bags, shoes, expensive coffee, okay, tea, leisure activities like movies, concerts, the travels, wines, liquor, okay, may mga umiinom-inom na ba dyan? Okay, now, okay, wait a moment, okay, now, okay. To help us be more guided, let's take a look at some of the simple rules about budgeting. Kung meron tayong 10 commandments, dito meron tayong 10 budget commandments. Okay, number 1, budget commandment. Do not buy things just to show off. Okay, o alam na, di ba? Walang masamang bumili dahil kailangan natin. Note, kailangan. Hindi dahil uso at hindi rin dahil para in tayo. We like it when people tells us na, uy, big time ng dating natin ngayon yaman. Huwag puro dating. Kung wala namang datong. Okay? Number 2, make a budget plan and list all income and expenses. Make a list. You cannot monitor something you don't list down. Number 3, remove all unnecessary expenses. Believe me, as you check on your expenses, marami kayong makikita hindi naman kailangan. Okay, if we will not do this, it's one big reason why marami ang nahihirapan mag-budget at nahihirapan sa gastusin. Remember, the needs and the wants. Number 4, learn to say no to friends. O kanina, di ba, yung sa introduction natin, mga yayaan. Isa ito sa madalas na nakakasira ng budget natin. Nagkakayaan, nahiya na tumanggi, ayun, sira ang budget mo. Naalala ko, meron kaming kaibigan na ang hilig mag-alok ng eating out, na ang dating, siya ang magbabayad. Pagdating sa bayaran, eto nang malungkot. Hati-hati pala kayo. At eto ang mas malungkot. Mas marami siyang in-order at mas marami siyang kinain. So avoid natin yan. Kaya nating tumanggi. Number 5, organize a budget system, an envelope system or jar system. You just check with you kung anong mag-work para sa inyo. Pwede siyang envelope system. Okay, ako kasi masyado akong traditional, okay? Old school. Say, you can do the envelope system. Bawat expense may hiwalay na envelope. Okay, envelope. Halimbawa, for food, for transportation, okay, for utilities. So para mas nakikita mo physically kung may pera ka for a certain expense or wala na. Pwede din jar system. Magkakasama lahat, okay? Pero alam mo lang kung magkano yung naka-allocate sa bawat isa. Okay? And you make sure you don't spend beyond it. Nasa ATM lang ba or nasa wallet yung pera? Which one best Which one is best for you? Number 6, avoid impulsive buying. Okay. Have you experienced just passing by a mall and then when you go out, may pinamili ka na? And worse, you bought a lot. Okay, control dapat. Make a grocery list, okay, and stick to it. Avoid buy now, pay later. Kung ayaw mong shop now, suffer later. Ang target dapat natin ay budget now and enjoy later. Number 7, don't lend to people who don't pay back. Okay? Huwag masyadong maawain. Or kung may reputation na siya na hindi nagbabayad or kung magbayad man, ang tagal. Okay? Huwag na. Kasi you are not helping the person. You are actually tolerating them and encouraging them to be like that all the more. Okay? But of course, that's another topic. Number 8, minimize expenses and find ways to earn. As you list down the expenses, makikita mo na may mga pwede kang i-adjust na gastos or alisin na pwede naman palang hindi Starbucks. Okay? 3-in-1 coffee na lang. Pwede namang maglakad galing sa kanto ng Ateneo. Okay? Papunta sa school at wag nang mag-tricycle. 15 pesos din yon. Eat vegetable instead of meat. It's cheaper and it's healthier. Paano kung kulang talaga? Anong gagawin? So, anong usually ginagawa natin pag kulang? Utang, okay? Believe me, lalo lang tayong malulubog sa mga stress tungkol sa pera, okay? Lalo na if may interest ang inutang mo, okay? Lalo na sa credit card ka nangutang. Okay, financial stress talaga dyan. So we need to control, okay? We need to control our expenses first, then we can find ways how to increase income. Bakit kailangang mauna yung pag-control ng gastos? Kasi if we do not do it first, kahit magdagdag yung kita natin, we will just go on circles. No, kasi hindi na-adjust yung ating spending habits. Okay? You will still have so much financial difficulties, okay? So you can work kung pwede, okay? Sa inyo kasi priority, although for those studying, priority sa inyo ang mag-aral. And then if you wanted to work, but your parents has a different view about it, talk to them, okay? Baka pumayag, but above all, obey, okay? In our family, whenever I wanted to buy something that is not within the budget or the budget cannot afford, I usually would sell it. Okay. When I wanted to buy developmental materials for my son when he was 2 years old, nag-ahente ako. So I used the commissions to pay for my amortizations and still have money for other things that I wanted and maybe to add to savings. Okay. I want to provide great supplements for my husband and son. So I become a distributor. I get to purchase the supplements at a discounted price and still earn some commissions and rebates. So the same thing I do with my skincare. Creative naman kayo eh. I'm sure kaya nyo yung pag-isipan. Number 9, give back to the giver. We acknowledge that these material things are blessings from God, and therefore it's appropriate to give glory to Him by giving back a portion to proclaim His kingdom here on earth. Your well will never run dry. It's God's promise. Okay, more on this one later. Number 10, follow through and keep learning. Implement the budget plan and keep learning new ways to do it better. Okay, there is always a room for improvement. We grew up with certain values as a family or sa community natin. More often, always, this affects our being and our beliefs in life. Okay? A lot of times, minsan negative, okay? Yung effect sa atin, lalo na when it comes to money. In a typical Filipino family, we don't normally talk about money, di ba? Yung lagi pag pinag-uusapan ng pera, sasabihin lalo na ng mga olds, no? Mga olds talaga, wag puro pera, wag greedy, makontento. Kaya Andiyan naman sila lolo, si tita, si lola. Okay, may inaasahan. Tutulong kahit kapos na din dahil sa utang na loob. Okay, so tell lies, okay, about money that we tell ourselves. My income, my allowance is not enough. It's never enough, okay? The ubus-ubus biyaya thing, pag lumaki ang allowance, lalaki ang gastos, sabay sila, no? Sometimes we even spend more than what we earn. Nung maliit ang allowance, kasya. Pero nung lumaki, hindi na. Ano nangyari? Then you reach the point na mas takot ka pa sa katapusan ng buwan kaysa sa katapusan ng mundo. Bo Sanchez said, okay, non-verbatim, we may upgrade our lifestyle just higher than the previous and lower compared to our new or the higher income that we are getting. Okay. Number 2, the second lie, I don't know how to budget. Believe in yourself, kaya mo yan. Huwag negative kung ayaw mong laging negative ang finances mo. Number 3, you only live once. Diba? Yung mga salitang, I deserve this. Grabe kaya pagod ko mag-aral ha. Kaya gusto ko mag-Starbucks ako. Sino may utang na loob sa'yo kung nag-aral ka? You benefit from that. Mentality like, pinagpaguran ko naman ito eh. Okay? It's not bad to buy and enjoy the things we want. We deserve to enjoy the fruits of our labor. Okay? Every now and then, as long as it's within the budget. Number 4, I need to upgrade. Okay, iPhone 1, 2, 3, 4. Now it's what? 14. Hindi mauubos yan. Before we could even buy the iPhone 14, iPhone 15, 16, 17 are waiting in line. Clothes. There will always be a new fashion. Invest on classic clothes. Itong damit na to, hindi ko alam, maybe this is 10 years old already, or I don't know, 15 years. So it's classic clothes. So you won't be out of fashion and you won't be out of money. Number 5 lie, I need to attend that party. I need to be in that event. Kasi my friends are attending. May dress code, may bayad, mahal. Okay? At hindi siya kasali sa budget mo. Wala ring mahihiraman na kaibigan or kamag-anak for the costume or for the damit for that. So wag nang magpiling at wag nang magpilit. Number 6, I need to buy during sale, di ba? Sayang naman, mura na kasi siya. Masayang kung hindi mo magagamit at lalo kung nagkaskas ka lang, di ba? Nag-swipe. Okay, refrain from watching live selling. Avoid frequent and unnecessary visits to ukay-ukay. Sino mga mahilig sa ukay-ukay dyan? Sa live selling, panay ang mind. Okay, iwasan na yan. Hindi yan maganda sa ating kalusugang pang-pinansyal. Okay, kung ikaw ang nagpapamine, okay, sige, okay lang yon kasi rumaraket ka. Okay, number 7, it's more practical to eat out. Time and effort maybe, but imagine, 1 meal out can be for 3 to 4 meals already pag sa bahay or sa boarding house kayo nag-prepare. Number 8, I need branded stuff. It has more quality kasi, di ba? Many times it's not really the quality that we are after. Para cute lang, di ba? Para may pang IG, may pang FB. Okay. Buy local, buy quality. Don't buy names, don't buy brands. Please, do not try to look rich. Promise, it will only make you poorer. Number 9, expensive tastes better. Mas masarap talaga kasi Starbucks di ba? It better taste good. 200 pesos for a cup of coffee, sus Mariosep. Sanayin ang taste buds. Sa Nescafe, 3-in-1, okay? Kung gusto niyo medyo mahal-mahal, yung Sun-Make coffee, medyo mas mahal yata ng konti yun. Okay. Pwede siguro kung once or twice a year lang, pag-ipunan para wag lang makwentuhan. Sabihin niyo si tita, grabe naman, no? Once or twice a year lang mag-Starbucks. Okay. Later, I will show you kung magkano yung pwede niyong matipid kung yung mga gastos na maliliit na yung mga ganong klase. Kung magkano yung matitipid nyo if you save those things. Okay, I need to help a friend, a relative, kamag-anak, kaklase, kaibigan, incorporated. Okay, be responsible for yourself first, then you can share. Hindi masamang tumanggi. Especially when sakto lang sa needs mo ang pera mo. You can have a charity fund if you want, okay? If you can. That's what I do. I allocate a certain amount each month. Pag ubos na yon, tigil na. There are cases though that I believe in my heart and my mind tells me na dapat akong tumulong, na kailangan kong tumulong, like may typhoon, pag grabe, or some real emergencies. Ang ginagawa ko, say I wanted to buy something for myself like shoes, and kasalan na siya sa budget ko, I'll divert the fund to help instead. So my budget is still intact while I am able to help na. Having said all this, okay, how then do we make a budget? Okay, here. Number one, know how much money you can spend. You cannot budget if you don't know how much you are getting. Okay. Number two, list your daily, weekly, okay, or monthly expenses. Have a system. You can have a notebook. Usually yun ang ginagawa ko. May notebook akong maliit. Nililista ko doon yung mga gastos ko everyday. Okay. Or you can have, okay, an Excel file, fill it out, okay? Monthly, daily, weekly, nasa sa inyo yon, okay? Later in the next slide, I'll enumerate some of the expenses we may normally have. Number three, organize your expenses into fixed and variable. Fixed expenses are those expenses that do not change drastically over a period of time. Kung magbago man siya, sobrang minsan lang, like once every year or once every 2 years, like rent, tuition fees. Okay, variable expense, okay, is called variable because this expense vary based on your circumstances in different times. Like for example, your electricity, water bill, okay, can vary from month to month. Your fare, your food, okay, projects, etc. Know your spending limits. Know your priorities with savings in mind. In budgeting, second simple rule, okay, you cannot spend the money you do not have. A vehicle has a speed limit, so spending must also have a limit. Otherwise, it's going to be a disaster. Remember the needs and wants. Make an adjustment when necessary. Okay. In cases that you may lack on some areas, then maybe you can pull from another category, from food maybe, or fare. Maybe instead of eating 2 viands, isa na lang muna. Instead of meat, gulay na muna. Healthier na, mura pa. Hindi ka na muna magta-taxi galing SM. Tricycle na muna. Go to the canteen instead of delivery. Save on delivery fees. Okay? Konti lang naman Konti lang naman yung fee. 30 pesos lang. Marami ang konti. And when you keep that, you will be surprised on how much you can actually save. Okay? So later I'll show you how much you can actually possibly save with the little things that we ignore. Okay, I'd be sharing how much my son's allowance is. But before that, let me tell you how I arrived to that amount. Okay. Here. This is my son's circumstances. He is on 100% scholarship, dorm and tuition fee scholarship at the Ateneo de Manila University. Okay, they have water station, fountains all over the campus. His roommates are friends of ours. The family who bought a refrigerator to put in their room for food storage, which we are allowed to use. The residence halls has pantry. Okay. Then I separately send marinated and pre-cooked food to him to provide him at least a meal a day. We buy him groceries or send him separate amount of money to buy his own or on his own. Usually itong groceries na to mga 500 to 1,000 pesos lang yan every 2 weeks. Minsan medyo lumalampas pa nga. So there, those are my son's circumstances. Other considerations that I take, prices ng food sa canteen, food stalls doon, which are for me relatively expensive. Okay? How much quantity and quality of food my son should eat and can eat, okay? And then the laundry cost. Yes, I went to that length of checking the prices and actual serving and presentation of food. Okay, I need to see if my son would be eating healthy with the budget that I'm going to give him. And yes, tinikman ko din. Kung masarap, maayos, hindi maraming betchin. Okay, bill prices are from 40 pesos for gulay to 180 pesos or higher for protein-based meal. Okay, yung laundry service niya, okay, one load is 80 pesos. Here na. My son's weekly budget. Okay. Malaki ba? Ang laki-laki ng allowance ng anak ko, di ba? Or napakaliit. Okay. So, why do I put an ideal expense? Because I'd like my son to know how I expect him to spend the money we are giving him, no matter how small or how little it is. Okay, my son's budget has very limited items kasi mostly are provided for him already. Okay, there's a lot also that he can get for free around the campus. I'm happy though that my son's actual expenses catches up with the ideal expense that I set, except for the tithes or the mass offerings, no. But that's what his heart is willing to give now. It will improve later, I know. His eating out is on miscellaneous, if you would notice. Okay, it's on miscellaneous. Okay, because hindi siya dapat regular. Hindi siya dapat regular expenses. Okay, so that is my son's. Meron siyang savings, ha? Ano yan? Imposed. I impose a lot of things. Okay. Tingnan natin kanina, di ba, we show the steps in making the budget. We'll see how my son fare on those steps in making a budget. Know how much budget he can spend. Remember, 1,500 ang pwede niya magastos. Okay? So, galing lahat yon sa amin. Okay, my son, list your daily and weekly expenses. Is very limited expenses, okay, mostly food. Okay, and then organizing expense, variable and fixed and variable expenses. Okay, if you would notice kanina, di ba, most of my son's expenses is variable in fact. Pero for this one, actually, para naging fixed expense na yung anak ko, yung laundry niya, kasi lagi yung 80 pesos. He made sure that yung ginagamit niyang damit, hindi lalampas sa one load while maintaining hygiene. Okay? Ganun siya ganun siya depend. Okay, know your limits. Spending limits and the priorities with savings in mind. Savings lagi. Okay, cars, speed limit. Kaya dapat may speed limit din ang paggastos natin kung hindi maaksidente. Know your needs. Okay, unahin ang needs, saka na ang wants. Okay, although, let me share with you, needs and wants can be subjective. It may differ from person to person or for family. Okay, depende na sa mga sitwasyon. Example, ang coffee sa iba, need ito kasi kailangan nilang magising, hindi sila makatulog, so they can do the things they needed to do or kung gabi ang trabaho. In our family, a vehicle is a need kasi ang dami ko laging bitbit na mga bagay-bagay, pang-deliver na kung ano-ano pa. So, we also live in the bondocks. So, it's more cost-effective driving than commuting. Okay. Other families, kung pangpasok lang naman sa trabaho, and then accessible sa public transportation ang place, then maybe a car is not a need. A comp sci student or animation student may need a more expensive laptop because of the higher specs they require than an education student, which may need a simpler applications only. Ang anak ko, he needs to stay in a dorm sa loob ng campus even if we have a place in Sucat, Muntinlupa, because commuting from Sucat, okay, to Quezon City every day, each way, takes around 3 hours on a good day. So need siya. So if your family's house is in Barascanakman and gusto mong mag-board near Ateneo, okay, kinukulit mo yung mga magulang mo, "Mama, gusto ko doon sa Ateneo magbo-board ako, okay? Magdo-dorm ako, okay?" Yun, baka need lang yun, 'di ba? Kasi accessible. Baraska naman is very accessible to public transportation. Freedom lang naman pala ang gusto mo, no? Gusto mo makawala sa mga curfews. Okay. Eating out may be a luxury for others, but need siya sa iba na talagang hindi na kaya magluto. I mean hindi na kaya magluto. Hindi tamad lang magluto. You know your real situation. Be honest with yourselves. So, ano yung adjustments na ginawa ng anak ko? Okay? He adjusted when to cook his own food or eat in the cafeteria. He bring his big water tumbler to get his water for free. Always. Nakatipid na siya, nakatulong pa siya sa environment. Okay, lesser plastic. When to eat out and go out with friends. And hindi ko na binibigyan, 99% of the time, hindi ko na binibigyan ng anak ko ng separate allowance for his meetups or dates with his friends. Dapat galing na yun doon sa 1,500 niya. So bahala siya kung ano gagawin niya, basta hindi ako magbibigay. Okay, taking advantage of school events, yung mga libre-libre, okay, that provides free meals. Okay, medyo madami-dami ng ganyan sa Ateneo. So he takes advantage of it. May natututo na siya, nakatipid pa siya. Yun na nga, another one, not using too much clothes to fit in one laundry load a week. Okay, so just a note, no, regarding yung mga libre-libre, side note, we have an agreement with my son to never abuse galanting friends. Once or twice lang na libre is enough, nothing more. If he cannot afford the places and the food that he go to and eat, then he shouldn't be there. Special occasion excluded, of course, like birthdays, anniversaries. Okay, I believe, pangit kasi yung lagi kang palibre. For me, it's like living a lifestyle you cannot afford. This can later lead you to overspending, pag-utang, etc. One thing can lead to another. So we should be very careful. So if you would notice, diba, lagi ako dun sa tithing, okay, sa savings. So why the emphasis on tithing? Okay, it says here, okay, one moment. Honor the Lord with your wealth and the first fruits of all your crops. Proverbs 3:9. A tenth of the produce of the land, whether grain or fruit, is the Lord's and is holy. Leviticus 27:30. So, tithing trains the heart. And I would like my son to develop that habit. So somehow, impose sa anak ko ang tithing, ang love offering. No matter how small it is, it has to be regular. It has to be constant. For believers, it's a concrete manifestation of God's providence, yung pera natin. Therefore, we must handle it with care. For non-believers, just the same. We must still manage it properly because money is a privilege. Not everyone has money, so consider yourself lucky when you have one. Also, tithing, we acknowledge that everything comes from God. So we can concretely thank Him through tithing. Then savings. It says in Proverbs 21:20, the wise store up choice food and olive oil, but fools gulp theirs down. Okay. Foolish people spend, okay, gulp down, what they have, but wise people save, store up. Okay, store up. So, bakit may savings lagi, no? It's never too early to practice paying yourself first or paying for your future self. I have always been thrifty. But I didn't save and invest early. Um, I should have been rich by now if I did. I use up all my money to help, always. Mali din pala yun. Okay. Now, these are the sample income, okay, sources of students. Okay, pwede din kahit hindi estudyante. Tayo allowance from parents, okay, which is probably for most of us, for most of you. Here, financial help from family members and relatives. You are very lucky if you get help from relatives. Okay. Business, if any, nag-online selling. Use social media to earn. Pagaling kayo dyan. Use it to your advantage. Salary from part-time work, okay? Jollibee, McDonald's, KFC accepts part-timers if you can, ha? Baka may friends kayo whose family has businesses who may need part-times. Okay, you can talk to them. What else? Cash scholarships, assistance from school, private benefactors, the government. Okay, DOST. Maganda ang allowance na binibigay nila. Okay? Okay. If you would notice nakalagay dyan, if given annually, divide it to 12. Okay. Why 12 months when school is only 10 months? Because you will still spend during the school break. And also, it's another way for you not to overspend and save. Okay, list of expenses, the usual we have. Okay, these are just example of expenses, but not necessarily yan lang. You may have expenses that others do not have. So utilities, okay, food, housing, okay? For some of you who are on boarding houses or dorms and you have rent and you are the one in charge to settle that, okay? Transportation, okay? And then leisure activities, debt. Who are using credit cards here and who are paying for it? Okay. Sana all, no? Sana all may credit card na. Ginagamit, especially kung estudyante pa. Okay. If you owe somebody, okay, please allocate a budget to pay for it. Hindi kung may natira lang saka lang magbabayad, okay? Lalo na kung loans with interest, this can go haywire. So be very careful. Education, if you still handle those, the tuition fees, okay, books, benevolence, okay, no one is too poor to be able to share, but within the budget, miscellaneous expense, computer repairs maybe, or sometimes emergency data loads, okay, alam nyo na yon, okay. So here, I'd like you now to get your pen and paper. Okay. Ililista natin how much is your allowance or the money that you are getting, regardless kung saan galing yan. But you can write down if it's from allowance, salary, scholarship, sideline. Okay? Write it down on that piece of paper, or you can use your gadget if you want. And then, okay, I'll give you maybe 30 seconds to do that. Write it down. And then after, okay, kung allowance lang, you only have one item there. Then total that, how much is your total income or your total allowance? Then less savings and tithing. Pag-isahin na lang natin. Okay. Tita, ayaw ko talaga eh. Ayaw ko mag-save. Ayaw ko mag-tithe. Just for this workshop, okay, put something na pwede mong itago, pwede mong i-set aside for these two things, savings and tithing. And then after that, okay, magkano yung total budget mo for the week or for the month? Okay. Okay, are we doing that now? Okay, so maybe we now have the total. Hindi pa naman siguro gano'n complicated ang ating mga income sources, ano, okay? So, we now have how much is our budget, how much is our uh, budget or allocation for the week or for the month. Ito naman yung expenses natin. Okay? These expenses, pwedeng hindi lahat yan meron kayo or maybe pwedeng meron ka expense na hindi ko nilagay dyan. So, idagdag mo na lang. How much do you allocate? Say, for the week, how much are you allocating? Yung sa anak ko, ang expected ko, 900 pesos ang food niya. Okay, wala siyang rent kasi free yung dorm niya. Okay, so utilities, okay, transportation, wala siyang transportation. Kayo, ano yung expenses nyo? Okay, so i-total nyo yan. I'll give you 30 seconds. Mabilis lang, okay? 30 seconds maybe, the most a minute to do that. Food, okay, rent, kung kayo yung in charge. Utilities, if you are the one paying for that. Transportation, pamasahe, okay? Gasolina, if you are driving. Toiletries, personal expenses, okay? Then total that. And then versus yung allowance mo. Okay. So allocation pa lang tayo. Doon sa ginawa nating allocation, the most that we can arrive dapat is break even. Wag sanang negative yung ginawa nating allocation or kaya when we spend it, sana hindi tayo mag-negative. Okay, let's take a look at one category. Okay, this is actually given to me by my son. Okay, November 21, category dito, food and drinks, 900 pesos ang allocation. Yeah. November 21, nag-lunch siya sa cafeteria, 100, dinner sa Jollibee, 150. November 22, lunch and dinner sa cafeteria, 80 pesos lang on each. November 23, medyo napabongga yung anak ko, nag-Starbucks siya, 200 pesos. Nag-brunch na siya sa cafeteria, 100 lang. Nag-dinner sa Army Navy. Okay, let's make a little bit of analysis. Kung titingnan mo, parang halos lahat naman siya need, except obviously for Starbucks. Okay. But, okay, dinner is a need, pero hindi need na sa Jollibee siya kumain. Hindi rin need na sa Army Navy siya kumain. Okay? Kaya, di ba, ilang araw pa lang, 21, 22, 23, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Wednesday pa lang, 850 na yung naubos niya. So ano nang gagawin niya? 'Di ba? 900 pesos lang yung allowance niya. 'Yon. So magkakaroon ka ng mga adjustments. At the beginning, okay, you may need to do this detailed budgeting style. Okay? Para mas makita mo on how you are faring, no? Okay. And then you can just adjust as you go along. Ideally, since alam mo na 900, okay, alam ng anak ko na 900 pesos lang ang budget na, hindi dapat na nag-i-spend for something na luxury. Okay, like the Starbucks. Especially in the middle of the week. Okay, pag may tira ka, siguro pwede ka na, then you can spend. At least hindi ka parang magpapakagutom ka na lang in the middle o towards the end of the week kasi wala ka ng pera. Okay. So, I still do another one. Meron akong ginawang another budget monitoring sheet, okay? Pwede siyang monthly or weekly kung ano ang gusto mo, what is applicable to you. Okay, this one, lahat ng expenses ng categories, andito yung food, transportation, education, utilities, savings, okay? Andyan pa rin lagi ang kulit ni tita. Laging may savings. Okay, total niya, ka-allocate na lahat yan. And then every day, ilalagay mo magkano, and then ilalagay mo na dun sa column where kung ano yung category niya, 70. So alam mo agad na kikita mo kung magkano na lang yung tira mo. Sa araw na yon or sa week na yon, magkano lang yung natitira mo na allocation mo for food, for transportation. Okay? I can give you the file of this one later maybe. So you can just make a pattern, okay? You can just make adjustment kung ano yung mas applicable sa inyo na klase na expenses. But you can use this one as a guide. Okay. Kanina, di ba, I mentioned that I'm going to show you kung ano yung matitipid ninyo from those small expenses, sinasabi nyo, konti lang naman. Halimbawa, nagpa-delivery ka. Twice a week ka nagpa-deliver, 30 pesos lang naman yung delivery. Meron pang 30 pesos sa delivery? I'm not really sure. I don't normally use delivery. Okay, so sabihin na natin 30 pesos lang yung delivery. Twice a week ka nagpa-deliver. Times 4 weeks, times 10 months, 2,400 pesos per school year yun. Diba? Long term, malaki-laki. Nag-Starbucks ka, 200 per week. Times 4 a month, times 10 months, 8,000 pesos. Okay. Pamasahe, galing sa kanto ng Ateneo, going to Ateneo, the Bagong Bayan, Ateneo Bagong Bayan, going to school. 15 pesos times 2 per day, times 5 days, times 4 weeks, times 10 months. 6,000 pesos. So imagine how much you can spend from those little things na sa atin, hindi, konti lang yan, okay lang yan. Diba? Yan. Iisipin niyo yan pag gumagastos kayo. 6,000 yan per year, 8,000 yan per year, or maybe 20,000 yan per year. And if you invest that on something that is giving you earnings, nako, mabilis kayo magiging milyonarya, bilyonarya, I tell you. Okay, reasons why budget fail. Setting unrealistic goals. Okay, while every reasonable budget aims to address your financial history and needs, to address your financial history and needs, budgeting in itself won't solve all your financial woes. Okay, also the lack of monitoring, and maintenance. Okay, let's say ang allowance mo 200 pesos. Okay, ang kasali sa kanya is food. Gusto mong mag-save ng 100 pesos a day. Okay. Pero hindi ka pwedeng magluto sa dorm mo or sa boarding house ninyo. So, ibig sabihin, breakfast, lunch, dinner, kailangan tigti 35 or 30 pesos lang gagastusin mo. Meron pa ba tayong nabibili in Naga City na 35 pesos? Sa canteen, malapit? Meron pa, I hope. So, but just make sure that you still have a decent meal with that. Pero kung hindi, parang imposible na siya, do not set that goal. Adjust a little bit kasi mapufrustrate ka lang na hindi mo na kukuha yung gusto mong gawin. Okay? And the lack of monitoring. Okay? It's not enough to just set a threshold amount for your expenses. You should also constantly take note of how much you actually spend for each. Okay, setting goals without monitoring your progress to reach those goals is pointless. So sticking to your budget makes it easier for you to focus on your classes, diba? Not on your bank account. Okay. So as you get better each month, you may find yourself having surplus. You may add it to your savings, or use it for rainy days, or buying nice things, nice clothes, or investing it instead. So here, budgeting tips. Use an app, maybe you can, kung medyo techy ka, you can use a budget calculator, sa internet. There are, yun na nga, may envelope system tayo or the jar system, whichever is okay for you. Number 2, build financial caution. Kasi kaya ako lagi gusto ko may savings. It's never too early to pay yourself. It's something that your future self, inulit ko, that your future self will thank you for. Okay. Kulang talaga eh. Believe me, it will never be enough if you don't start. Okay. Number 3, use cash. Okay. You stop spending pag ubos na. This will help you, more thoughtful spending decisions. Number 4, using credit card. If you are using credit card, pay all your due, on or before the due date. Interest charges are as high as 3.5% per month, and that is 42% per annum. While money in the bank gets from nothing to 1% only. And ang 1%, usually million na yon bago ka magkaroon ng 1%. So if you are not a disciplined spender, do not use credit card. Now, if, you are already using credit card, number 5, get a cashback, cashback credit card. Maraming mga pwede kang mapakinabangan. You are actually mas na utilize mo ng maayos yung credit card mo. Use your use your student ID for discounts. Ano pa ba ang mga ibang pwedeng may discount tayo apart from pamasahe? Parang yun lang yata ang alam ko. Okay? Fair. Use that also. Number 7, don't buy too much, at the grocery or in the market. Okay? Sayang kung kasi mag-e-expire o mabubulok lang kasi hindi naman nagamit. When you buy, make sure you check the expiry, especially those on sale. Okay. Number 8, look for events with free food and stuff. Okay, like what my son is doing, so that tututo na siya, may libre pa siya na pagkain. Number 9, shop at thrift stores and groceries, not convenience stores, because convenience store prices are at least 20% higher. So if what you need is available in thrift store, go there. Sometimes it costs just 10% or less than that in the malls. Okay. Number 10, get good grades. Although good grades is not an all and be all thing, but it can go a long way. Okay, like getting a merit scholarship. Number 11, use your skills. Okay, to get scholarships, sports, etc. Pwede may libre mga jersey, sapatos. Okay, cook your own food. Okay, we just can't overemphasize this one. Work. Okay, if you can, Okay, number 14, unsubscribe from rarely used app. Okay, ang daming app ngayon. May mga libre naman na pwedeng gamitan. Doon na lang tayo. Number 15, do not give in to vices and peer pressure. No brainer, right? It doesn't make you healthy, so wag ma-pressure sa mga kaibigan, kakilala na mas malakas gumastos, branded ang damit, etc. You are beautiful enough, and you are loved even without those. Number 16, tutor peers, for a fee. You can always help your classmates and peers for free, but some are willing to pay and accept it. Huwag mahiyang tanggapin ang bayad. A man deserves his pay. Number 17, do not shop or buy groceries when you are stressed and hungry. Study shows that we usually spend more if we shop on those days. Okay, number 18, do not frequent ukay-ukay and thrift store. Diba? Mura lang naman kasi, sayang naman. So, you buy more and more, but you end up not using those. No? Sino dito nag-frequent dyan? Sa mga ukay-ukay. Okay, number 19, do not try to look rich. It will only make you poorer. Okay, we should look good, of course, and presentable, but it doesn't have to be expensive. Number 20, save up for large expenses rather than paying for it using credit card or installment. Okay, let's say you wanted to buy a BTS album. Sino mahilig dyan? BTS. Okay, for me, expensive yun, but you really want it. So you save for it. Say you target to save for it for 3 months. How much would you save daily? Okay. And then after 3 months, if you decide to still buy it, at least you already have the budget. But if you decide otherwise, then you have savings. Then do not buy luxury items if you cannot afford at least 10 of it. Okay. So if you want to spend from your savings, kumurot lang. Korot. Wag dakot. Okay? Korot. I emphasize, korot, wag dakot. Okay. Number 22. increase income to increase budget. Okay, you want to spend more kung kulang talaga, find ways to earn income. Huwag sanang mag-increase ang hingi. Mommy, daddy, padagdag ng allowance. Okay, baka pwede, di ba? Pwedeng rumakit siya. Okay, in summary, okay, we learned that budgeting, okay, are the basics, okay? Basics are always spending below your means to be able to save and invest. Okay. Number two, not spending the money you do not have so you don't get buried in debt and have unnecessarily financial stress. Okay. We should list down income and expenses and monitor, evaluate, and adjust when necessary. Minimize expense, maximize income, maximize utility. Okay, maximize the use of our money by spending on real needs first and then while taking care of ourselves and the environment. Kasi I just would like to share a little bit. The more kasi we use of the resources of the earth, the more the carbon footprints, di ba? So side note lang yon. Okay, for the environment, give back to the giver and enjoy the process. Okay. Always enjoy the process. One of the resources, okay, money, the talents that God gave us is money. Our being grateful for these gifts can be shown by being good managers and stewards of these blessings. We are called to be good and faithful managers. Matthew 25-30. Okay, so happy budgeting. Thank you very much. I hope you learned something from this one. Thank you for being a wonderful audience. Thank you, Ateneo de Naga. Okay, good afternoon again, and God bless everyone. Okay,
Thank
I'll
you
just
so
show
much.
the slide for credits.
Perfect.
Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.
Stop
Thank
sharing.
you so much po. I couldn't agree more po with you, Miss Ellen, sa mga nasabi mo po. Super natamaan kami sa mga real talk kanina. So, ayan, thank you so much po for bringing light to students like us who need guidance, especially in regard to efficient budgeting. As a student who usually struggles in allocating limited allowance to meet needs in the city while living away from my family, I really appreciate your discussion. I have garnered a lot of practical tips, and I am sure that our participants learned as well. Once more, my sincerest thanks to you po, Miss Ellen, for the timely discourse. To our student participants, please take note that the open forum will be after our icebreaker and our reaction segment. If you have any queries or relevant realizations, you may send them in through the Google form link found in the Zoom chat box, or you may just scan the QR code flashed on your screens. If you wish to ask directly the speaker, please feel free to do so during the open forum by clicking the raise hand button and unmuting your microphones. Before we proceed to the next segment of our webinar, I guess it is just rightful to have some icebreaker for our beloved participants. Are you all excited? Christmas is just around the corner. So, kindly send in your Christmas wish using an emoji. Gusto nyo ba na magkaroon ng pera, high grades, new books, o kaya naman ay jowa? Charot. So, ayan. Ano yung mga wish nyo ngayong Pasko? Ayan. Let me know sa chat box by typing kung ano yung mga wish nyo. Ayan, baon, cellphone, ano pa ba? How about the others? Pera, ka-sleep call, cum laude, ha, charot. So, ayan, better budget, kape. Ayan, napakaraming mga wishes. Ayaw nyo ba ng jowa? Ayan. Good grades, 1K, more money, pasadong grades. So, ayan, all right, buhay na buhay ang ating chatbox. Mukhang recharge na ang ating participants ngayon. So, what are we waiting for? We have prepared a game just for you. I heard 2 lucky participants will win 100 pesos worth of Gcash prize. So, kaya naman, let me ask you, are you all ready, mga ka-finance rangers, to play Guess the Word? So, ayan, everyone buckle up and listen carefully. For the mechanics of the game, we have, first and foremost, guess the scrambled word. Answers are only valid once the MC has flashed the code on the screen. please wait for me to say the go signal. So I will say 3, 2, 1, go. And then the staff will just send a line. So kung sino yung unang participant na makaka-answer after that line, siya yung mananalo. And then you will answer with a code plus answer. So example, hashtag ACP Rangers plus finance. The first participant to type in the correct code plus answer will be the winner so long as after siya nung go signal ko and after siya nung go signal line. And then 2 winners will receive a GCash prize. The staff will message the winners on how to claim their prizes. And last but not the least, do not forget to have fun. So ayan, are you all ready? So I guess oo naman, kaya let's start the game in 3, 2, 1. Ayan, for the trial round muna tayo. Ayan, trial round pa lang to guys ha. So, ito yung jumbled bird. So, ayan. Tingnan nyo na. 3, 2, 1 yan. Tapos, next slide please. For our next slide, nandito yung code. Code, hashtag ACP earn, save, invest. So, the code is hashtag ACP earn, save, invest. So, again, ang answers po ay yung code at yung answer. So, ayan. Trial round pa lang to, pero in 3, 2, 1, go! Sino yung unang, Si Shani Philippines. Ayan, ganyan yung laro natin. So, ayan, trial round pa lang to. So, wait lang kayo. Ito na yung totoong round. Okay. Round 1. Next slide, please. Okay, for our round 1, ito yung jumbled word. Isipin nyo guys, dali. Bibigyan ko lang na kayo ng 5 seconds. So, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, next slide please. For our code. Guys, sandali lang, wala pa. Wala pa guys. Code muna, ito muna. Ito yung code, hashtag Tarakopi. In 3, 2, 1, go! Sino yung nauna? Hindi ko mahanap kung nasaan. Wait. Ang nauna ay si Gian Francesca Almelor. So, ayan, congratulations, Gian. You won 100 pesos worth of GCash prize. Our staff will just contact you later. Ayan, congratulations. So, for our last round, we have, ano yung jumbled word natin dyan? I-reveal naman. Yan. This is our jumbled word. SIVNAGS. Okay. Next slide, please. Reveal the code. For our code, we have hashtag ACP tipid muna. Hashtag ACP tipid muna. In 3, 2, 1, go. Nasaan na yung go signal? Wait lang. Ang nanalo ay si Alexandra Krisha Orino. So, ayan, Alexandra Krisha Orino. Congratulations, you won 100 pesos worth of GCash prize and our staff will just contact you later. So, ayan, hopefully nag-enjoy kayo. To our lucky winners, congratulations to Gian and to Krishna. And our staff will just contact you on how to claim your 100 pesos worth of GCash prize. Sana all may 100, no? I-budget nyo yun, ha? Charot. I hope everyone enjoyed our mini icebreaker. Ayan, continuing our program, all ears to our student reactors who will share their personal insights related to our topic this afternoon. May I invite our first reactor to the virtual floor? We have Miss Sophia Ruth Carmatlang. The floor is now yours po, Ate Sophie.
Hello, am I audible?
Yes po, Ate Sophie.
Okay, so hello everyone. Good afternoon. My name is Sophia, and as mentioned by G, I am one of the reactors for this webinar. So hello, Miss Ellen. First of all, I would like to thank you and congratulate you for a job well done on your presentation. And here I will be giving some of my thoughts and insights on some of the things that you have said. So for this part kasi, the one thing that really stood out to me is one of my experiences when I was actually younger. During this time, I was actually in 8th grade, and ang nangyari nung time na to was that I was so concerned sa pag-iipon ko to the point na I became extremely obsessed with it. I can see here na one of the highlights and concerns mo po kasi during the webinar is for those who are spending too much. And what about for those who are spending way too little? Or in short, in my own words, if I were to describe myself, yung pagiging kuripot ko. Kasi I think na some students also might be able to relate to me when I say na there will be times na sa sobrang pagtipid sa pera, it actually becomes unhealthy. And that is one of the things that actually happened sa akin during that time. In grade 8, I was so focused on sa pag-iipon na ang nangyari was I would only spend 20 pesos every day for lunch. And actually, napansin ko nga that's yes, I know. I understand your reaction. It's very unhealthy talaga. It's something na I would really definitely not advise to anyone. Ang nangyari noon is 100 pesos lang yung baon ko and every day 20 pesos lang. So bale, isang rice tapos 2 siomai lang yung kinakain ko for the whole day, and it's really something na I would not advise. Although talagang nakaipon ako within, let's say 5 months, nakaipon na ako ng around 9 to 10K just from that alone. I would say it made me realize na yung attitude ko towards money na pagiging saver lang, it's not healthy. Hindi maganda na saver lang ako or that kasi what about yung spendings ko? I forgot about my other necessities. What about yung pagiging builder ko? Instead of just earning all that money this whole time, pwede ko sanang makuha yung pera na yun and actually grow it to become something more, diba? And then also yung pagiging giver ko. Syempre, yung pera na naiipon ko is nanggagaling din sa magulang ko, and there are also other people who have helped me earn that money, such as yung mga tito tsaka tita ko who have actually given me the opportunity to earn kapag meron ng Christmas baon, which I am very sure na a lot of us will also receive in the coming month, diba? So let's get ready for that. So one of the concerns I wish to relate to you is what advice can you give to those students na who also went through the same thing as me? Yung tipong nasusobrahan na talaga ng pag-iipon. Kasi what happened to me is that nakadevelop na tuloy ako ng unhealthy spending habit where I go back and forth between being being a very big spender and a very big saver. What is the key to balancing that out po? Thank you.
Okay, thank you for that, Sophia. Oh, grabe, ang ganda ng problema mo actually, no? Pero anyway, anything that is excessive is not healthy. Okay, anything extreme. So medyo extreme ka sa pagtitipid. So, kung yung iba that you have to force yourself to save, ika naman, you have to force yourself to spend the money. Magtitipid tayo pero make sure na hindi na sacrifice ang health. Okay? Pag nagtipid tayo, halimbawa, 100 pesos ang 100 pesos ang iyong allowance. Okay, ano yung mga kasali doon? Halimbawa, may kasali pang pamasahe, so tanggalin mo na. After that, magkano ang natitira para sa food? Ano yung decent meal na pwede mong mabili? Kasi hindi pwedeng siomai lang. Kailangan may kinakain kang gulay, may kinakain kang protein. Okay, wag carbohydrates, of course we need that. Okay, may kinakain tayong carbs, not necessarily rice, but make sure you have yung balance na pagkain. Okay, wag natin disciplining ourselves not just on spending but also on not just on saving but also on spending. Ang gawin mo, mag-allocate ka na, okay? Allocate really like this certain amount, halimbawa 50 pesos, decent meal na yon, may gulay na ako, may konting protein yon, okay? Ito yung gagastusin ko. Hindi pwedeng siomai lang yung kakainin ko. Ganon, as in like you have to practice to do that. Okay, you have to force, kasi ulcer din ang aabutin mo. Later on, mas problema yon. Okay? Pag nagtitipid, wag nating isa-sacrifice. Note, pag nagtitipid tayo, do not sacrifice your health. Okay? Ang iba naman, yung pagtitipid, may naano ko niya ng mga ibang estudyante, instead of eating rice and ulam, dahil sa pagtitipid or whatever, ang kinakain nila chichirya tsaka soft drinks. Pero kung iisipin mo ha, yung chichirya tsaka soft drinks cost is actually mas mahal pa minsan kaysa doon sa ulam, saka sa kanin. Pero mali lang yung concept nila nung kanilang pagtitipid. Akala nila dahil hindi sila kumain ng yun, mas mura pa din. No, it's not. So yon, okay? Tamang pagtitipid, healthy sa katawan at sa bulsa. May natitira lang na tama. O kaya, you set aside na halimbawa 10% savings, 20% savings, the rest gagastusin mo. Yan, I hope that helps.
It did po. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Ayan, thank you so much po, Ate Sophie and Ma'am Ellen, for that. Thank you for your profound perspective about efficient budgeting, expressing additional viewpoints. Let us all welcome Bianca Asuncion to share her take on this afternoon's webinar.
Hello, am I audible po?
Yes po, Ate.
Okay. So to our dear participants, Team OSA, ADNO SSG, and of course, to our source speaker, Ma'am Ellen Patag-Agustin, good afternoon po. I am Bianca Asuncion of BSBA Legal Management. First, I would like to send my gratitude to the people behind this webinar for giving us the opportunity to be more equipped with financial budgeting. And of course, I would like to thank Ma'am Ellen for an informative discussion about our topic for today's alternative class program and giving effective key points to be utilized. It is a great pleasure to deliver this reaction speech because as a business student who struggles a lot with proper budgeting, grabe yung atake nitong webinar na to. Charot. So, I have a lot of work to do and a lot of tips that I should practice in order for me to balance my finances. Also, kudos to Ma'am Ellen for being hands-on sa budgeting ng family niya. Ma'am, kudos po. So, second, it is quite frightening to not know where our centavo of our money will go. However, with proper budgeting, this fear of ambiguity can possibly be quashed. Well, guilty ako doon sa pagiging spender na attitude towards money kasi overwhelming naman kasi talaga kapag may on hand na cash, 'di ba? Like gusto ko agad bumili ng corn dog na 65 sa Savior. Charot. However, siguro may underlying wants rin for me to improve. Gusto ko maging saver and builder. Also, this webinar teaches me how reminds me to live simply. Kasi kapag nagbabudget rin tayo, we learn how to humble ourselves and it's necessary to see our attitude when we have money. I also agree that we need to plan ahead of time. It is not true that we do not know how to budget. It's just that we should need to prioritize what should be prioritized. Another takeaway from this ACP is that we should track our expenses to evaluate kung saan na napupunta ang expenses natin and how can we adjust accordingly. Kasi in budgeting, malalaman natin if appropriate ba ang pinaggagastusan natin and if hindi ba ito nasasayang. Also, I just want to highlight that we should always spend below our needs. There's this huge gap between what we need and what we want. For example, instead of studying in a cafe, we can utilize our very own James O'Brien library. This helps to eliminate yung mga hindi naman kailangan or hindi naman priority. So one question lang, one cute question for Ma'am Ellen lang po, So, if you will give a tip for your 15-year-old self about budgeting po, what would it be?
15-year-old me. ang gagawin ko talaga, mag-allocate ako ng portion ng baon ko for saving. Okay? And then, sa bagay kasi ng panahon ko, wala pa namang investing na mga ganyan. Hindi pa siya ganun ka. Alam yun, para sa atin, yung mga investing na yan, pang mayaman
Yes,
yan,
mama.
ganun. So, hindi pa siya ganun ka, no? Pero, I would like to tell my 15-year-old self, mag-save ka talaga. Okay? And, actually, mag-build. Sana mag-build. At wag mo gagalawin yung sinave mo. Wag gagastusin. Sa halimbawa, nag-save ng 50 pesos. Okay? Tapos maya-maya, ayun na, nandun na kay Jollibee. Wala na, ubos na. Diba? After a week. Ganun. Okay. So, saving at wag gagalawin yon. Pero, yun na nga, tawag dito, while we save, we still must enjoy. Hindi pwedeng masyado tayong rigid. Masyadong gigil na gigil. Iba rin yung gigil natin, dapat nag-i-enjoy tayo.
Tama
Gigil
po.
mag-save, pero enjoying the process.
Yes, ma'am.
Siguro yun lang. Yeah, I think
Thank you
yun
po
lang.
so much. Thank you po, ma'am. So, nonetheless po, I am very much satisfied with my learnings I gained. So, to my fellow students, siguro, it would be of a great help to know our financial priorities, to plan ahead of time for our future, and of course, to determine which is which and why is that which a priority or less of a priority. Thank you po so much, Ma'am Ellen. Thank you po.
Ayan, thank you so much po Ate Bianca and Ma'am Ellen for that. So how relatable it is. A big thanks po again Ate Bianca for conveying your reaction with regard to being efficient and effective in allocating savings or allowance as a student. So ayan, after hearing all those sentiments and insights from our resource speaker and student reactors, let us now open the floor for questions and thoughts from our beloved participants in the Zoom meeting and in our YouTube Live. Should you wish to remain unnamed, our Google Form link is available in the chat box and you may just submit your questions or insights therein. You may also scan the QR code flashed on your screens. However, due to limited time, I think the questions we can accommodate for now will just be sent via email. So rest assured that all of your queries will be forwarded to our resource speaker and we will get back to you via your Gbox accounts. Again, our deepest gratitude po to you, Miss Ellen, for bringing light to us students, especially in terms of budgeting, which I believe is timely and relevant to our situation today. It has been a fruitful session filled with knowledge and grit. I am sure that our participants garnered a lot of useful tips since I also did. So for conveying her competence and time in today's alternative class program, we would like to express our heartfelt thanks to our resource speaker by presenting this certificate of appreciation. The citation reads, the Ateneo de Naga University Office of Student Affairs presents this certificate of appreciation to Elena Patag-Agustin in grateful recognition of her expertise and service as resource speaker in the alternative class program event Atenean Finance Rangers Episode 1, How to Ace Efficient Budgeting, held on November 28, 2022. Given this November 28, 2022 at the Ateneo de Naga University, City of Naga, Philippines. Signed by Rodolfo S.B. Virtus Jr., Director of the Office of Student Affairs, Janet B. Badong Badilla, Executive Director of the Office of Mission and Identity, Dr. Alfredo C. Pabay, Vice President for Higher Education, and Father Robert Ezequiel N. Rivera of the Society of Jesus University President. Thank you so much po once again, Miss Ellen, for your participation on our alternative class program as the resource speaker. The triumph of this episode won't be attainable without your valued contribution. So, do you have any supporting words about the same, Miss Ellen?
Sorry, I did not hear that. Was it supposed to be for me?
Yes, but if you have any parting words to say or final words for our participants.
Okay. So anyway, Thank you for your time, everybody. Thank you for listening. Yun na nga, as I said, budgeting basically parang napakasimple niya. Okay, always spend below your means. Okay, never beyond. And then kung kulang talaga, dagdagan. And then as you go through those things every day, please enjoy the process. Huwag niyo i-stress yung sarili niyo na kailangan yung gawin ito. Okay? And then reward yourself. If you need to, reward yourself. Halimbawa, nagawa mo ito. Okay, give a little reward. Pamper yourself a little bit. Okay, kumurot, di ba? Kumurot kung may nasave ka. Huwag dumakot. Okay, and above all, okay, be grateful. Be grateful for whatever we have right now. Kasi yung being grateful, mas madali natin magagawa yung mga bagay na kailangan natin gawin, especially in relation to our finances. And you know what? I tell you, if you would do this as young as you are now, had I known this one when I was still in college, Diyos ko, ang yaman ko na siguro. My God. So, if you would start doing this one as young as you are now, hindi kayo mamamali sa mga sa mga financial decisions nyo. But of course, as you go along, magkakaroon tayo ng mga matitipalok tayo, magkakamali tayo. But forgive yourself and then start over again. Ganun lang. Pag nagkamali, pero yung the same mistake dapat iiwasan, ha? Okay? Huwag the same mistake all the time. And then pag nagkamali, bumangon, start again, and enjoy the process. You know, everything comes from God, so dapat ayusin natin and we be good stewards of the resources God has given us. That's all. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much po once again, Miss Ellen, for your participation here in our ACP. So now, to everyone present in the Zoom meeting, please open your cameras if your internet permits you to do so, and hold your captivating smiles for our photo opportunity. Our documentation team, please do the honors. Kindly display your smiles, everyone. So ayan.
Good afternoon. Hello po. Ready? Ready? 1, 2, 3. Next. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Next. 2.
Okay na po ba, Docu Team?
Wait lang po.
Sige po.
Okay na po. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much po again, everyone. To Miss Ellen, thank you po. So ayan, as we end this webinar, I would like to remind our dear participants to fill out the evaluation form to get your certificate of participation. You may scan the QR code flashed on your screens or click the Google form link sent in our Zoom chat box so that we may hear your thoughts and improve the activities we are providing for the university. Please be reminded that the certificate of participation will only be sent to those who registered in this webinar, attended the program, and answered the evaluation form completely. Your certificates will be prepared within a week and will be sent via email. So ayan, before we officially close this alternative class program webinar, allow me to extend my sincerest gratitude to everyone who made this event possible. To our university president, Father Robert Ezequiel N. Rivera of the Society of Jesus, to the Office of Mission and Identity, headed by Ma'am Janet B. Badong Badilla, to the Office of Student Affairs, headed by Sir Sonny Virtus, to our resource speaker, Ma'am Elena Patag-Agustin, to the Ateneo de Naga University Supreme Student Government, to our persistent ACP student volunteers, and of course, to you, our dear students in the Zoom meeting and YouTube Live who joined this ACP offering. This has been the beginning of our Atenean Finance Rangers series, episode 1, and I hope to see you once more in the next ACP webinars and workshops next semester. As they say, good things end, so better things can begin. And as we bid farewell to all of you, it is the start of something new. This is Gianna, Georgette, Roldan, your host, closing this alternative class program offered and presented to you by the Office of the Treasurer of the Supreme Student Government, entitled Atenean Finance Rangers, Episode 1, How to Ace Efficient Budgeting. See you all on our next alternative class program. Thank you very much and take a good rest, everyone. Ayan. Happy afternoon, everyone.